Hey, good day, everyone. Welcome to the STEM Digital School. This is Natural Sciences and Technology, grade 6. And my name is Onkarabe Setsa, and I will be your teacher for the subject today. So guys, just a very warm welcome to you guys who are present and who beat the cold this morning to be in class. So guys, we will be continuing, right, from where we left off, right? So this week, guys, just quick recap. We've been looking at matter and materials processing, okay? And so far, we looked at dissolving, right? Now we're moving on to a new topic, which is also under matter and materials processing. So you guys can just also follow in your textbooks. And the topic is mixtures and water resources. Okay, so guys, remember, if you do have any questions, please do post them in the group chat, or you can raise your hand and ask a question. Okay, so just get your books, pens, and every other stationery that you might need. Just get it ready as we are about to start with class. Right. Okay. Quick recap as to what we have been looking at. So these are the key concepts, okay, that we covered in our 2 previous classes. Okay, so the first one, if you can just follow with me here, we're looking at the first bullet. It says we have covered the time it takes for a substance to dissolve, and this time is called the dissolving rate or the rate of dissolution. And then we also covered the rate at which a substance dissolves, and we said that it can be affected by 3 things or 3 factors, okay? And those factors are the temperature of a solution, whether or not the solution is being stirred or shaken, and the grain size of the solid. Right, so you guys should actually remember this from the experiments as well as activities that we did. Okay, and then the third bullet says a solid will generally dissolve faster if the solvent in which it dissolves is warm. And then the second last bullet, a solid will dissolve faster when the solution is stirred or shaken. Last bullet, a solid will dissolve faster if the size of its grains is small. So yeah. Hi Talia, Kia, and Terisha. Hello guys, and welcome. Okay. And then this small cartoon says, we have learned a lot about solutions and dissolving, especially in water. So guys, as you can remember from the previous examples and activities as well as investigations that we carried out, we said that water is usually the solvent. Okay, so water is a good solvent. And then it reads, but what about water that we drink? I now really want to know more about our precious resource, which is water, and its importance to all living things. Right. So which brings us to our new topic, which is mixtures and water resources. So guys, just a quick note, please make sure that your videos are switched off. Okay, just make sure that your video is switched off. Okay, thank you very much. Okay, so let us look at natural substances in water. Okay, so water can dissolve many substances. As I previously said, that water is a good solvent. Right, so guys, if I am going too fast, just indicate for me to go slower with that participant, with that go slower icon on the participant icon. All right, yeah, Sikia says go slow. Okay, I'm sorry guys, I will just go a bit slower, okay? So water, it can dissolve many substances, all right? So we said that water is a good solvent, all right? Water is a good solvent. Okay, then the next bullet reads, water is a good solvent. So that's basically what I have been saying. And then in the environment, many natural substances mix with fresh water or they dissolve in it, okay? Or they dissolve in it. So remember, if something dissolves we're saying that it's either a liquid or a solid, which is dissolving into a solvent. All right. So a solute is dissolving into a solvent, or it is mixing with a solvent, forming a solution. Right. Okay, and then here we're going to look at some examples of natural substances which dissolve in water. Okay, the first one is oxygen. Okay, so oxygen is a gas, and how does oxygen dissolve in water? So guys, the oxygen that dissolves in water is essential for respiration. Can you guys tell me what respiration is? Do you guys know what respiration is? You can just use the group chat, send through your answer, or you can raise your hand. Okay, I see Kia says it is breathing. Okay, do you have any other answer? Okay, Ijiro says he doesn't know, or she doesn't know. Okay, and so Kia, you are correct. Yeah? Respiration is breathing. Okay, so respiration, it is breathing. All right, so you guys learned a new term today. Okay, so oxygen that dissolves in water is essential for the respiration of all plants and animals that grow in or live in water. And such plants, we call them aquatic plants, and animals that live in water, we call them aquatic animals. All right. So I hope you guys got that. And then I can move on, right? So guys, just also indicate for me now if you are writing down from the screen, if you guys need time to basically just write down what's on the screen, or if I can move, right? So just use the yes button, and then we can move on to the next slide, right? Okay, Jira says we can move. Who's also supporting that we can move? We can just say yes, 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 then we can move. Okay. All right. Yes, I see 4 students say we can move. All right. Okay, cool. Awesome. So if you do need me to go back to a slide, just also indicate me. All right. So the next natural substance that dissolves in water is carbon dioxide. All right. So some sunlight penetrates deep below the surface of water. Okay. Then aquatic plants, remember these are plants that live in water, depend on solar energy and dissolved carbon dioxide for the process of photosynthesis. All right. So photosynthesis is a process which plants use for breathing. All right. And then the last bullet says that carbon dioxide dissolved in water supports the life cycles, not only of these plants, but also of the fish and other living things that feed on them. Okay, so carbon dioxide is also one of the natural substances which dissolves in water, and its uses are for the aquatic plants as well as the aquatic animals to assist in their life cycle, right? So can we move on to the next slide? Yeah, I see a yes from here. Yeah, I see a no, no problem. We'll just wait a minute. Okay. No problem, guys. So our two, when you are done writing, just indicate for us now. As well as Ijiro, if you're also done writing, just indicate for us. Okay, our two is done. Ijiro. Okay, guys, we're just waiting for Ajur to finish up writing. All right, there we go. We have a go ahead. Okay, cool. So here is a picture, guys, showing how oxygen and carbon dioxide are dissolved in water to sustain the aquatic plants as well as animals. So, guys, we do have life underwater. Okay, so we do have life underwater, we have plants underwater, we have animals as well underwater, and they survive by the oxygen and carbon dioxide, which is dissolved in the water. Right, so here we have just a beautiful picture underwater. We have a fish. I'm not quite sure what the name of the fish is, but it's quite amazing. And we have some plants here. You guys can just look closely. Have green plants there. All right. So this picture, guys, we got it from the Via Africa textbook. And remember, guys, I also said that you can get the Via Africa textbook from Snaplify. Okay, it's free on Snaplify. That is if you do not already have a textbook that you are working with, or if you need more material. Okay. Another natural substance, guys, that can dissolve in water is what we call a nitrogen dioxide. Okay, so this is nitrogen dioxide. So nitrogen dioxide, it is one of two of the natural gases that dissolve in rainwater. So the other natural gas is carbon dioxide. Yeah? So nitrogen dioxide makes rainwater acidic. Okay, so it makes rainwater acidic. And then the weakly acidic rain, it helps the slow process of weathering rocks, right? So the weakly acidic rain helps the slow process of weathering rocks. So do you guys know what weathering means in this case? What do we mean when we say that rocks are being weathered? What do we mean when we say that rocks are being weathered? So this is the second bullet here. No? See, Michael says IDK. You don't know. All right. Okay, so does anyone know what weathering rocks means, or the process of weathering rocks means? Okay, Gia says getting smaller. I believe that you are saying that the rocks are getting smaller. Okay. Do we have anyone else who knows what the process of weathering rocks means? Okay, thank you very much, Kia, for the answer. Do you have anyone else? Anyone else? Anyone who wants to try, maybe give an educated guess? I see Michael, who initially said that he doesn't know, says the rocks get hard. All right. Thank you for your answer, Michael. Anyone else maybe wants to try? Give an answer. What do we mean when we say that rocks are being weathered? Okay, Teresha says, yes, I agree. Okay, Teresha, who do you agree with? And then Ijura says the rocks get bigger. Oti says they change in size. All right. So guys, weathering, weathering basically is the breakdown of rocks at the earth surface. Okay, so Kia said they get smaller, they break down. Okay, they do not get bigger, they break down. And yes, Away2, they do change in size. So meaning that the change would be smaller. All right. So it is the breakdown of rocks. Okay. So the nitrogen dioxide, which makes the rain acidic, helps in breaking down rocks. Okay. So just so that you guys understand what these 2 points mean. Okay. And then the next point, the gases, nitrogen and oxygen in the air, they combine to form nitrogen dioxide when lightning flashes. All right. So the gases nitrogen and oxygen in the air, they combine to form nitrogen dioxide when lightning flashes. And then therefore, more nitrogen dioxide dissolves in the rain after a thunderstorm. Okay, so now we have more nitrogen dissolving in rain after we have lightning. And here is an example of lightning or a thunderstorm. So thunderstorms help to get nitrogen into the soil in the form in the form rather that plants can absorb it. Okay, so guys, this whole concept of oxygen as well as nitrogen mixing, right? It explains why grass looks so healthy and green days after a thunderstorm, because our plants, they use nitrogen, right? So they require nitrogen in order to grow perfectly and beautifully green. Okay, so the weak acid produced when nitrogen dioxide dissolves in water provides nitrogen to the soil that promotes healthy plant growth. So guys, you would also find that nitrogen is also present in our fertilizers that we use. Okay, so let me just see. I see a few messages in the group chat. And Tarisha says, yes, it changes size, gets bigger, hard, and sometimes when it rains, it gets smaller. Okay, I believe you're referring to rocks right there. Okay, Aweti says, I hate storms. Ajura, can you go to the previous slide? Okay, no problem. Sorry. There we go. And then just indicate for me, Jura, once you're done. Okay. And then Michael says, I love storms. Wow, guys, you love storms. Ooh, okay, I hope you are keeping safe and that you're not touching any metals during thunderstorms. All right. Hope you're just in bed and enjoying the thunder. Okay. All right. So guys, again, remember, as we said, that the weak acid produced when nitrogen dioxide dissolves in water provides nitrogen to the soil, which promotes healthy plant growth. So that is important for you guys to note that the nitrogen in soil, it promotes healthy plant growth. Okay, so can I move on to the next slide? Just press the yes for me so that we can, all right, beautiful, thank you very much. Okay, so the next natural substance that dissolves in water is what we refer to as minerals. Okay, so minerals, guys, it's very small amounts of different minerals which dissolves in water that flow in streams as well as rivers. Okay, but they are not found in rainwater. So you only find them in streams as well as rivers. So very much important that these minerals are not found in rainwater. Okay. And then some minerals are important for particular reasons. For example, the development of strong bones as well as teeth. So guys, do you guys know the mineral which is important, all right, or which is good for the development of strong bones and teeth? Do you guys know what that mineral is? The mineral which is important for the development of strong bones and teeth. Can any of you guys tell me what that mineral is? I see Michael, beautiful. So the mineral is calcium, all right? So that mineral is calcium. Calcium is good for the development of strong bones as well as teeth. So that is why we are usually required to drink a cup of milk every day. No, our tooth, there's no need to be sorry. We are all learning, all right? Okay, and the last point, this is why water that flows in streams is usually better for you than rainwater. Okay, so that is why we would rather it is advised that we rather drink water that flows in streams than rainwater, because in rainwater we have a lot of dangerous substances that have actually dissolved in the rainwater. An example of that is the nitrogen, which caused the rainwater to be slightly acidic. Okay. Okay, then let us look at the polluting substances in water. So guys, remember, we are still dealing with natural substances that dissolve in water. Okay, so a small area, guys, in Pietermaritzburg is called Sweet Waters. And the name of the South Coast town is Amazimtoti. I don't know if you guys know that or know this place, and it means sweet water. But what actually is meant by sweet water? So guys, sweet water, it refers to the quality as well as the taste of fresh water from clean water sources. An example of the clean water source is the streams. All right, the streams, guys. And then the third point reads, although you can still find sweet water in clear streams in mountainous areas, the sad fact is that the fresh water in many of our streams, rivers, dams, and lakes is polluted, right? So which makes it difficult to actually just drink fresh water from streams or rivers or dams without having first to clean the water. Okay, so we do have polluting substances which dissolve in water, and that brings us to another topic which is called water pollution. So I see Triesha says, yes, people pollute in water, and that sucks. Indeed, it sucks because we need water for our survival. All right. Quick question. So when is water clean? When can you say that water is clean? When can we say that water is clean? KK, just check your network now. Just check your network and you'd be good to go. Ejura says, I don't think it is ever clean. Okay. Michael says, never. However, guys, so even the water that you guys drink is not clean. Okay, then why is the water that you drink safe? Why is the water that you drink, why is it safe? Because I see most of you guys are saying that water is never clean. So why is the water that you guys drink safe? Okay, Jira says doesn't know. Okay, Michael, wait too. As you guys said that the water that you guys drink is not clean, or other water is never clean. Okay, wait to says I forgot. All right. Anyone else? Anyone else who maybe also says that water is never clean? Just support your statement there, please. So you can raise your hand, guys. Ne? You can raise your hand and then we can just have a discussion on this. Okay, so Traisha says when people clean it, then it is clean. All right, okay. Michael says because the harmful things are taken out. All right, thank you, thank you, thank you for the answers, Trisha and Michael. Okay, so do we have any other supporting answer maybe? Right, so I'll just take Trisha's and Michael's answers. Right, let's see when is water clean. So we could say that clean water is water that is free of pollutants. Okay, guys. Clean water is water that is free of pollutants. So Michael mentioned that harmful things are taken out. So those harmful things, we could call them what? Pollutants. These are things which are not usually or naturally found in water, and we refer to them as pollutants. All right. So things that are harmful things, yes, as Michael has said, that are not naturally found in water, we refer to them as pollutants. And if the water is free of those pollutants, then we can say that the water is clean. All right. So I hope you guys now understand what we mean when we talk about clean water. Okay, so pollutants, guys, as I said, are substances or objects that do not naturally belong in water, and they are harmful to us as well as to the environment. Okay, then let us move on. Water can be polluted by various substances, okay? And the first one is what we call insoluble substances. So do you guys remember what insoluble means? Remember we dealt with insoluble mixtures? I believe it was there by solutions, when we're looking at solutions, or when you guys did solutions with your previous teacher. Insoluble substances. The teacher says, I remember. So the examples of insoluble substances that we have here is oil, plastics, tires, tins, glass, as well as toilet waste. Okay. Okay, I see Michael saying that they said it is safe to drink and not it's clean. All right, so the fact that the water is safe to drink means that it was cleaned, right? Just as you had said, Michael, that the harmful substances or harmful things are taken out. So it has been cleaned or it has been purified. Okay, so purification is also a process of cleaning. All right. So guys, insoluble substances, these are substances that do not dissolve in water. And these substances pollute the water, okay? And then the next thing that also pollute water is what we call soluble substances, all right? Soluble substances such as soaps, fertilizers, insecticides, acids, and other poisons, all right? So these pollute the water we drink or even the water that is, or the water, sorry, that we use. Okay, and then the third thing that pollutes water is living germs. Okay, so this is germs from the toilet waste that cause waterborne diseases such as diarrhea as well as cholera. All right, so guys, very much important to note these three substances which pollute water. So the first one is our insoluble substances. The second one is the soluble substances. And thirdly, it is living germs, or you can say bacteria. All right. Okay. That is the question in the group. I see Joy says soluble substances can dissolve in water. Beautiful. So soluble substances can dissolve in water, and insoluble substances cannot dissolve in water. Trisha says I'm a germaphobe. All right. Keep clean, Trisha. Keep clean. Okay. Oh, wait, so are you confused about something? I see you. Oh, I'm sorry. Sorry, Kia. Excuse. I'll just go a bit slower. So guys, can I move from the slide or do you guys still need time to write? Because I see a conversation going on about germs in the group. Okay. All right. So it's a germaphobe. Okay. It's a germaphobe, Trisha. I think that's the word that you were looking for. Okay, thank you, Gia, for the go ahead. Okay, so guys, let us do an activity. All right. So it says thinking about pollution. Yeah? That's the heading of the activity. Instructions. We are going to discuss pollution. The following pictures of different polluted water sources and questions that follow are meant to guide the discussion. All right. So here we have an oil spill. I don't know if it's clear to see. You guys can see that. We have an oil spill. And then on the second picture, we have pollution on the coast. Um, I believe that is a bin or something like that. Here we have tires and just, yeah, everything that is just not supposed to be in water is present. And on the third picture, it says people have been using this stream to dump rubbish. So it looks like all domestic waste has basically gone to this stream. The plastics, the packaging, things that we use in the house, basically everything that you might have in your rubbish bin at home is here on the stream, and it is indicated here on the third picture. All right. Yes, guys, it looks horrible. The oil spill looks beautiful. Wow, Ejiro, but it is not good for our water. See, fortunately, it is not good for our water. And then here, guys, we have a pollution in a pond. I think I see a plastic bottle there. And this looks like polystyrene or foam, those foamy things, right? Okay, and then here we have a polluted river. Okay, so it's brown. The water is brown, looks very brownish. Looks like there might be sewage waste in there actually. So yeah. So guys, just keep the pictures in mind. We will get back to them. And let's get to our discussion. Okay, first point. Consider the previous pictures and make a list of all the objects that do not belong in the water. Okay, so here guys, just use the group chat to write some of the objects that you can see that do not belong in the water, or you can raise your hand and we can just take it through. Objects that do not belong in the water, I see plastic bottle, I see bottle. Yeah, Michael says that makes me wonder if they use oil to make rainbow sweets. No, they do not. Okay. Yeah, so I see plastic bottle, all right, and in this, okay, Trisha says paper plastic. So guys, just look at these pictures and tell me of some of the objects that do not belong in water. Now, what to say is oil. Okay, tires. All right, Talia and Kia say tires. Bin. All right, beautiful. Okay. Okay, it just says oil, sewage waste, plastics, as well as toilet waste. Okay. People. Okay, so guys, here are some of the answers that you guys gave: plastic bags, tires, paper, polystyrene, bottles, trolley. Okay, I think the trolley was in the river. Then tins, metal rubbish bin, oil, as well as domestic waste. Okay. Second question: what are the three main categories of pollutants which are found in water? What are the three main categories of pollutants found in water? The three main categories of pollutants which are found in water. You guys remember, you can raise your hand. Ne? The three main categories of pollutants which are found in water. We just dealt, okay, Sikia's hand is up. Okay. Hi, Kia.
Thank you, ma'am.
Hello.
How are you? Hello, ma'am.
How are you?
I'm good. And how are you?
I'm well, thanks, Kia. So what are the three main categories of pollutants found in water?
The three main categories is plastic,
Hmm?
oil,
Okay,
and oil and domestic waste.
domestic waste. Okay, thank you very much, Kia. Okay, so guys, what Kia said was oil, plastics, as well as domestic waste. Okay. So anyone else who has a different answer, the three main categories of pollutants that are found in water. Three main categories of pollutants which are found in water. So guys, I'll give you a hint. Ne? We actually dealt with these three main categories on the previous slide. And we said these are the things that pollute water. These are the things that pollute water. Hi, well, guys, so no one wants to answer. Okay. Trisha says poop. Wow. Okay, guys. Insoluble pollutants. Soluble pollutants as well as disease-causing bacteria or germs. Okay. So guys, remember this slide. Okay, so these are the three main. Oh, Ijira's hand is up. I think wanted to give us an answer.
Ma'am, I was
Ijira?
about to say that.
Oh,
I
I'm
was about to
sorry.
say that.
I'm sorry. Okay, I see. I'll give you more time next time, ne?
Okay.
Sorry. Okay, so he just says he was about to say this. So guys, the three main categories of pollutants is insoluble substances, soluble substances, as well as living germs. So that is why I highlighted them. Okay, so if you are asked examples, then that's when you can say oil, plastics, sewage, as well as domestic waste. Okay, so please Remember these things, it's insoluble substances, soluble substances, as well as living germs. All right. Okay, is everyone good? Is everyone good? Is everyone following? Yes, are we too? Okay, Trisha says they will remember. Yes, beautiful. So thank you. If you remember that, then you are good to go. So it's insoluble pollutants, soluble pollutants, as well as disease-causing bacteria. All right. And then next question, which category of pollutants would you be able to see with the naked eye? So now it is referring to whether insoluble pollutants, soluble pollutants, or the disease-causing bacteria. Which one of these will you be able to see with your naked eye? So remember, you can raise your hand or you can write your answer in the group chat. Okay, Michael says nothing. Okay. So you can't see none of these. You can't see insoluble pollutants, soluble pollutants, or disease-causing bacteria. Okay, Ijiro says insoluble and what? Insoluble as well as soluble pollutants. You would be able to see them with your naked eye. Okay. Right, let's see what the answer is. So guys, the pollutants that we will be able to see with our naked eye are the insoluble pollutants. So guys, remember, insoluble, these things do not dissolve in water, therefore we can see them. For example, the oil, we could see the bottle, we could see the tire. All right, so these are what we call insoluble pollutants and we can see them with our naked eye. All right. Okay. Next question, which categories of pollutants would you not be able to see with the naked eye? Which category of pollutants would you not be able to see with your naked eye? So Aweti says soluble, you can't see with your eye. Living germs, that's what Ijiro said. So that is correct, guys. The soluble pollutants as well as the germs, we cannot see them with our naked eye. Yes, Trisha, you can also say bacteria. All right, beautiful, guys. So next question, how do you think insoluble pollutants end up in water? How do these insoluble pollutants end up in water? How do these tires end up in water? The plastic bottles, the oil, and etc. How do they end up in water? Okay, Awati says people throw in there like it's a bin. So I believe you're saying that people throw these insoluble pollutants in the water. Okay. Sikia's hand is up. All right.
Thank you,
Yes,
ma'am.
Kia. Okay.
The insoluble pollutants end up in water because people throw them in the water.
All right. Beautiful, Kia. Beautiful. So Kia said that these insoluble pollutants, they end up in water because people throw them in the water. Okay, so my situation also says people throwing away in toilets, sinks, and other stuff. Okay, so Ijiro, I'm going to give you the next question. Okay, I'm going to give you the next question. So these insoluble products, they end up in water in various ways. So we have a lot of examples. So people allow garbage to fall into water instead of placing it in the garbage bag for collection, and may even use the water as toilet releasing germs enter into the water. So they might do their releasing business in the water. For example, defecating in the water, peeing in the water, etc., etc. Okay. So this is how the insoluble pollutants would end up in the water. Yes, Ichiro.
Most people don't actually throw it in the water. if they're at the beach or by the river, they throw it close to the river without noticing. Then the river carries the the garbage into the water, and then it starts to
Oh,
kill animals inside them.
all right. So thank you very much for that point, Ijiro. So Ijiro says sometimes you get that you just throw water bottles or you leave your rubbish lying around on the beach. And as the waves come, they take in that rubbish and take it into the water. So guys, that is also an example of how these insoluble pollutants end up in the water. So when you guys pollute around the beach, right, and you know how the water waves move, right? So they might sometimes it might end up at a certain point, at other times it is further, right? So it takes in those water pollutants. So that is why we need to stop littering. Okay, so we need to stop polluting, right? Now I think we are done. Okay, last question. How do you think soluble pollutants end up in water? So remember the above question was talking about insoluble pollutants, that those are the pollutants that we see. And then this question is asking about the soluble pollutants, the ones that dissolve in water. How do they end up in water? So I'm just gonna take one person who's gonna give me an answer. And you guys can raise your hand. Anyone? Somebody? Anybody? Kikia says IDK. Okay, Jira's hand is up. Let's hear what Jira has to say. Yes, Jira?
I don't really know, but I think they end up in water because some people might throw them in the water because they can't find maybe a garbage bin or something. So they just
Oh,
throw it
wait.
in the water, or they can put it on the ground and the water might take it.
Oh, okay. Thank you very much, Jira.
Welcome.
All right. So Ijira says it might also be thrown in the water. It might be thrown in the water. So guys, here is a perfect answer, which says rainwater can wash fertilizers and pesticides from farmlands into rivers and other water sources. So if you guys just remember, I think it's the water cycle that you guys did in grade 5 and 4. Remember we spoke about runoff, right? So we have that runoff. So runoff can end up in water and pollute the water, all right? So that is how some soluble pollutants end up in water. All right. So I hope everyone is good and you guys learned about water pollution. So remember, guys, there are three main substances that pollute water, and that is our insoluble substances, soluble substances, as well as germs, right? Living bacteria. Okay. And guys, I was hoping, or like, I just want to check with you guys. Do you guys mind if we play Kahoot tomorrow? Do you know what Kahoot is? Because it's Friday, so that we just have some fun, like educational fun, actually. Okay, our teacher says they do not know what Kahoot is. Okay, guys, just we have two minutes now. So let me just quickly explain what Kahoot is. So just guys, take a screenshot of this slide quickly. Take a screenshot of the slide. So those of you who do not know what Kahoot is, I'll just explain to you guys now. Yeah? So you will need two devices, yeah? Or you can split your screen on your phone or your laptop, or you can use the Zoom group chat to answer. So what will happen is this. Yeah? Let me just quickly do this. Where is it? Okay. So this is basically what will be happening. All right. We're gonna have Kahoot. It's like a multiple choice question going on, and then I'm gonna say we are playing. All right, and then teach. So you guys will need to go on your web browser. All right, on your web browser and go to kahoot.it. Right, so you guys will need to go to kahoot.it. Let me just wait for this thing to load quickly. Okay, So you guys are gonna go on to kahoot.it, and I think we have a minute. Have a minute. Taking its time. Okay, so I thought, okay. Okay, guys, I think we should end class now. Let me just see if this thing will do quickly so that I can explain what we'll be doing tomorrow. Okay, looks like it's gonna take its time, and I think we should just go back to our PowerPoint slide. Okay, so guys, I will explain to you guys tomorrow as to what Kahoot is. So I'll need you guys to basically, if it is possible, just come with 2 devices. If not, it's okay. We will explain how this Kahoot game is going to work. So it will be a multiple choice question game, all right? So just be testing your knowledge, and I will need you guys to study matter and materials processing, study solid, liquids, and gases, mixtures, solutions as special mixtures, as well as dissolving. So that is what our Kahoot will be about. All right, so it will just be testing your knowledge, okay? And then I will explain properly tomorrow. So guys, helpful links for this session or this lesson, we use the Via Africa Natural Science and Technology book, which I said you can get on Snaplify, as well as the Siavula textbook that you can get on the Thunderbolts Kids website. Right, so guys, thank you very much for joining me in class today. If you do have any questions, please do visit the STEM Digital School, or rather email, sorry, stemdigitalschool@africateamgeeks.co.za, or you can email me, guys. Thank you very much and enjoy the rest of your day, guys. Goodbye.